Right, we're on. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 64 of the Crewe Alexandra Youth Squad Legends series. Now, this is the season review for the season of 2020 to 2021. That's quite a mouthful. And you'll realise through this, if you haven't watched any of the other season reviews that I've done on Football Manager or the latest YSL, that we're going to do all the time now, because I feel like this is just the best way to do it, especially from the squad reports, because the kind of pacing of normal episodes, once you put a squad report in, it loses track. So we're going to do it like this, and I've tried to not look at the stats. Sorry about the squeaky chair as well. I've tried to not look at the stats of all these players, so hopefully I'll get a surprise as much as you guys whilst we're having a look. So we're going to have to select Crewe Alexandra and hit the squad report. And you see that Carl Nordmark's an 82, which is crazy. But we start with Donal McMahon, who played 13 games in the Championship with 8 clean sheets. 13 games, 8 clean sheets. That's a really decent record. There's his attributes. Acceleration going up. Sprint speed, all the physicals going up on the goalkeeper. Oh yeah, but not on the outfield players. Goalkeeping going up there. 2, 4, 1, 2, 2. Yay. So that's Donal McMahon. He's gone up 2. No real pressure on him to grow quick, because obviously you can stick him in the training and he grows rapidly. And yeah, that's all that you really need to see for the goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper, well, he's just there, isn't he? The clean sheets are basically the best record to have a look to see if a goalkeeper's actually being effective or not. And there he is. He's been quite effective there. Owen Thomas, sadly, he hasn't really developed at all. He has reached his potential, definitely. So any further increase we'll have to do through the training, which we will do. We'll try and get him to a 70 and then a 75. But after that, I can't see him going any further, honestly. I mean, you look at the marking, the slide tackle, the standing tackle, they're quite high already. So yeah, we can get him to like mid-80s, which means that his overall might be about 72. But after that, it's going to be a real struggle, because you don't want to see Owen Thomas take up all the training slots. We've got a lot of players, a lot of legends that need to be taken care of, basically. If you have a look at his stats, he's played 18 times in the Championship with 1 goal, 9 clean sheets and 2 yellow cards. So half of his games in the Championship he's kept a clean sheet. That's not bad. I just want to point out that the stamina on this kid, mate, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Obviously, he might have more stamina than centre-backs, but he's got to do more running, which means that by 60 minutes, 65 minutes, he's absolutely knackered. And then I have to think about switching him for Arias or Paul. But hopefully, I don't know, I'm not too sure how we can sort out Owen Thomas. We'll try our best, we'll try our very best, and he's never going to go. I'm thinking about ways to make the extreme rules a bit more lenient on the legends instead, but obviously we still have to like sacrifice them sometimes for realism, I guess. But right now, Owen Thomas, he's not going to play a massive part in the Premier League, I don't think. He'll be around. He'll play about the same amount of games, I'm guessing, just about half through the season. But it's time to phase him out a little bit, I think, because even if we start growing him, he's not going to be the best of right backs. And to be honest, let's just put it out there right now. He started at 35 overall, and he's done a great job to get to 68, and he's going to do a better job, because he'll go up to 70, no problem. My goal is to get him to 75. 75 would be a lovely achievement for someone that started at 35. Yeah, going up 40 points through his career. Madness. So, we go down to Donal Fanning, should I say. And Donald Fanning's just a legend. He's a hero, isn't he? Yet again, clean sheets, half of what appearances are. 22 appearances in the Championship and 11 clean sheets. And he is growing very nicely indeed. He's gone up 6 on sprint speed, which is just so interesting. I mean, if the game want to give me a physically strong Donald Fanning that has ridiculous acceleration and sprint speed, then go ahead. Do that, because that's going to make me happy. End of the day, that's going to make me happy. I think he's a quality player. And 66 overall, he doesn't feel like a 66 overall at all. But the only reason why this guy is a good player is because of the guy that I'm going to talk about right now. Danavis Macias. My goodness, what a guy. What a man this is. In free agent, I'm pretty sure he was a free agent. He's played 30 games this season with clean sheets of 10. 36 in total, 11 clean sheets in total, with a average rating of 7.3. Man, sprint speed 86. I don't know why that's just for centre backs. +6 and +5 on the sprint speed is very, very interesting. Very strange. Excuse me. Jumping gone up 87. Aerially, when this ball is flying towards him, it's very unlikely for him to lose this ball. The aerial duel that is about to happen. So well done, Danavis Macias. He's won my heart. I think he's a tremendous centre-back to have. Just tutoring Donald Fanning along in every single game. Slide tackle's gone up to 80. He's just an excellent player. Full stop. Very underrated. Very underrated. Supposedly his transfer listed. I think it's because of his wage. He wanted some crazy wage demands. I might have to sort that out before we get to the start of the next season. Hopefully I sort it out very soon. Liam Rose. In fact, shall we try and sort it out now? There you go. This is what I'm talking about. If we go to... I don't even know where it is. Contracts. Yes. Bonaventura on £27,000 a week. That Pravot. Macias, here we go. So Macias has only got 1 year and 1 month left on his contract. He wants £10,000, which is totally acceptable for a player of his quality. Obviously, crucial first team player. And we'll have to just wait and see. So go to Liam Rose. Now, Liam Rose has been a very huge success story. Eventually, when this actually loads up. He's played 22 times and got 12 clean sheets. Now, that's the best ratio of any defender that I've got in the first team. It's all you need to know. He played 22 times and kept 12 clean sheets. Apart from, obviously, Donald McMahon's got a better clean sheet record. But Liam Rose, dear me, to strip Torrejon Moya of that left-back spot. And I must say, the last time Torrejon Moya played, I put him on because of his improved acceleration and sprint speed, I think. Well, it definitely improves the acceleration. Let's have a look. Yeah, acceleration and sprint speed. I put him on, I think, was it Bristol City in the FA Cup semis? It was something like that. I put him on, and he did a job, but it was very, very rocky. And I was like, it really shows you how good Liam Rose is. So, I don't know how much he's going to grow, to be honest, though, because he's 65. He's stopped growing. Has he already reached his potential at 21? It looks like it, doesn't it? So that means maybe warning signs are there. Get a new left back in, even though Liam Rose. We've got to respect what he's done for this club. And the defence. I mean, the defence has just looked 10 times better since he's been in it. Nils Ballert. One of the guys that I trained this season. And that's why he's gone up to a 70. He's looking alright, you know. We've made him into a quality player. We made him into a really good player. Yeah. My goal is to get this guy up to a 75 as well, at least. Yeah. Just tremendous weak foot and skill moves on the guy. Let's have a look at the attributes. Got 26 appearances with 2 assists. Not the greatest amount of assists, I've got to be honest, but I think he's done a good job on that wing. I mean, let's be honest, he's not even a winger, and he's doing a decent job on the wing. Now that we've got higher physical players, maybe you'll find much more chances in the middle. That could be a possibility. And then his assist tally might go up. The clean sheets there, 8 clean sheets, but don't really look at clean sheets for attacking players. Vasil Malachius Jr. What a man. Appearances 23, clean sheets 12. And we do count clean sheets for Vasil Malachius Jr. because he covers them centre-backs. He is just bizarrely good, ridiculously good. And the best thing about it is that we can train him up to be even better. We didn't really train him up at all. And I've seriously got to think about training this guy up. Because maybe we can do without Liam Rose. Maybe we can do without Owen Thomas. It'd be sad to see them not play as much. But we can't do without Malachius Jr. He's played so well. And you look at them stats, only 3 are in the green. Short passes at 72, and yet his pass completion rate is bizarre. It's ridiculous. Somehow he's unhappy. I don't know why you'd be unhappy, having played 29 games this season. I try and swap it up as much as possible, but there you go. Wayne Hunt, everybody's unhappy. Oh, apart from Liam Rose, who's very happy. Probably not going to be very happy after I tell him the news that he might lose his place. Wayne Hunt, there he is. Vision at 12, short passing at 12. Big training this year. We've got him up to a 70 overall, and I think that's where he's going to stay. Have I got time probably to train him up to a 75? No. Just no. There's better players. I'm sorry, Wayne Hunt. I love this guy. But there's just players in desperate need of an overall boost, and they've just done more over the course of the last 2 seasons. Simple as. And then we get to a very, very strange one. Ludovic Payar, yeah? He's gone up 6 to a 71 overall. Some of the stats on this page are just ridiculous to look at. 97 ball control, 96 dribbling. And he still doesn't feel good. He still doesn't feel good. He's got the 5 clean sheets out of the 10 appearances. However, most of them 10 appearances he has played out wide. I just don't know. I don't know how to feel about this guy. Once again, now that we've got better physical players, speed, then this guy might find a home in the midfield spots, the actual central spots, and if he does a job in the central spots, then we might have another very good player on our hands. Because, look at his long shots. What's his shot power? His shot power is 61. It's lacking a bit, but it is still growing. And he's a potential to be special player, so we don't really need to touch this guy at all. Just wait and reap the rewards eventually, but he's a very slow burner. He's a big slow burner. You know what I'm saying? Some potential to be special players that you bring into the club immediately make an impact. This guy has not made an impact whatsoever, but we've got to be careful with him. We've got to be calm. We've got to wait, patient. Jose Manuel Rico Gonzalez. What a guy. Oh. Let's just point out that 99 dribbling, yeah? 97 acceleration. 91 sprint speed, 91 agility, 88 balance, 89 ball control, 83 long shots. You can kind of tell that he had good long shots. Yeah, that is just tremendous. We haven't trained him yet. Finishing at 65. If I started training this guy, his overall would just fly up. But when they're going up anyway, when he's showing great potential, so he has got some more growing to do. When they're going up anyway, what's the point of touching them? You know what I'm saying? You might as well train the players that have no potential whatsoever to try and make them decent players, and then as soon as these guys start slowing down, the Rico Gonzalez, of this world, then you start training them and try and make them the best that they can be. Carl Nordmark is another disgraceful player. Yet again, just look, there's a 99 stat on his acceleration. If this guy was a Ultimate Team card, he would be quite expensive. 70 on the finishing. Yet again, if we trained him up in the finishing department, that would shoot up and his overall would shoot up. But he's already 82 overall. And to be honest, thinking about it, Bonaventura, he's done more than Nordmark this season. Rico Gonzalez, he's definitely done more than Nordmark this season. If we have a look, goals, 14 goals in the 28 games in the championship. The championship for Nordmark, 38 games and only 9 goals. 13 assists though, that's pretty decent. But Nordmark, man, if he starts finding his form in front of goal, we've got a serious striker. Rico Gonzalez, Bonaventura, they've definitely had better seasons. Stuckey, you could say, has probably had a better season as well for the times that he's played up front. Colin Nordmark's probably the 4th in the list, but the stats are just, I don't know. Like I've said time and time again, sometimes stats don't matter. If you've got a 75 that plays better than an 82, then you play the 75. Simple as. Rolim Leal. Now this is a weird one. We were trying to sell him off in January. I'm pretty sure we tried to sell him off. He is transfer listed. But the second half of the season, for what I played and what I played with him, he wasn't that bad. He must have got like a kick up the arse when I said we're going to sell you. And I'm like, oh right, okay, well I better start pulling my finger out. And right now, I mean, 1.9 million valuation. Maybe we still are going to sell him. He's 21, 71 overall, so he's not the greatest overall to age. Maybe it is better off selling him and having a look, dipping in the free agents or dipping around the Premier League. I mean, once we've got to the Premier League, which is in about 3 days' time, we've got unlimited scouting, we've got unlimited signing from anywhere around the world. So we can pick up someone definitely better than Rolim Leal. Although, saying that we got unlimited scouting, we're still probably going to rely heavily on the free agents list. It's just going to happen, isn't it? Minho, yet again, is the highest overall goalkeeper, and yet he is definitely 3rd best out of the 3 that we play. In my opinion, Muller just shades McMahon. Just. Muller's a better goalkeeper, but he's prone to mistakes. McMahon's consistent. Minho, you can tell that he's a very good goalkeeper. Is he acrobatic? He is acrobatic. You could feel like he's an acrobatic, quite eccentric goalkeeper. But he's really good to have in the team, to be honest, isn't he? Really good to have in the team. Kicking of 81 there. He's played 22 times with 5 clean sheets. Arias, he's just turned to an 80 overall. Excuse me, I'm just going to open up a can of drink because my voice is cracking up a little bit. Right. Oh, by the way, what I'm drinking right now is Coke Zero Cherry, and I didn't even know there was a Coke Zero Cherry. When I saw that, I freaked out because I like Coke Cherry. What I do more like is Coke Zero Cherry because it means that I have less chance of getting diabetes when I'm older, which is very important. And it should be very important for everybody. Right, Gabriel Arias. Sorry for getting off topic. His overall is now 80, he's gone up by 3. His ball control is 84, his crossing is 84, his short pass is 84. And his sprint speed is 84. He likes being 84. There you go. Championship. He's played 28 games with 3 assists, 8 clean sheets, and a goal. You see, if you compare that, fair enough, Arias has played on the wing sometimes as well. But if you compare that to, if we go up here, Owen Thomas, I mean, the stats show everything, don't they? This is another player that had a really slow start in life at Crewe Alexandra. We thought he was going to be the next Vitti. But this season, he has been one hell of a player. He felt like an 80 overall, definitely. So, yeah, good on Arias. Good on Arias for proving us wrong. And another guy that's proved us wrong, I tell you this, I point this guy out, Nicolo Silvestri. He still not as good as Malachias Jr. Let's just put it out there. Let's just put that to bed straight away. But he's another good central defensive midfielder that we've got. And it's very difficult to choose between Silvestri, Malachias Jr. and Papa Baby. Even though thinking about it, Malachias Jr. would definitely get the nod if fully fit. He's played 39 games, most of them coming off the bench. Gotta point out, most of them have come off the bench for me. Simulation, he might have played. But coming off the bench for most of the times that I played. He either got Malachias Jr. or Papa Baby on the field, and then 60 minutes comes in, Silvestri comes onto the field. Let me have another drink. This chair is so noisy. There you go. If you can hear that, I barely moved then. I put my drink on my side. Like, my body hardly moved, and yet it went... El Shaarawy, nearly a 70 overall. And when he gets to 70, we're finishing. We're done with him. Because he is not going to grow any further than that. Well, saying that, he would grow further than that. Obviously, he's got still plenty of training that he could do. Marking, slide tackle, stand tackle in the 2-on-1 defending or something along those lines. However, there comes a time where you just don't have any more time. And you know that guy's not going to grow on his own. So you might as well go, right, okay, we'll get you to 70. And if we're in desperate need, or if we're comfortable against some team, or if, say, we want to rest a couple of players and maybe bring in a wild card in the team, you're there. Like Owen Thomas, like Liam Rose. But he's getting to a stage now when you can clearly see this guy isn't growing. He's only grown because we've trained him. And it'll just be a waste of time if we keep on training him. We got plenty of better players. But still, saying that, El Shaarawy is a legend. He's played 5 times. 4 times in the friendlies, with holding 3 clean sheets in them friendlies. He's not played that much. Petting, shush baby please. Look at that. He played 1 time in the European Shield. We didn't play it. He's jumping his 84. That's a decent stat to have. There you go, 57. That's gone up by 1. 25 years old. Yes. He's 5'11". He would definitely not get him to one of my sides. I don't like short centre backs. But we still have him. Because he is the most legend of legends. He is the greatest. We all know this. Kevin Ray. Another great option to have, central defensive midfield. But I know that he hasn't played that much this season. Might have to play him more. The thing that freaks me out with Kevin Ray, I've just got to make sure that this is kind of in the minds of everybody. He looks exactly like Stuckey. And when someone looks exactly like the other person, he's from Switzerland as well, then it makes my life as commentator tricky. And also it makes that kind of personalisation with Stuckey more difficult, because you've got someone who looks the exact same just behind him. Does that mean that Kevin Ray has to go? We're definitely not selling Stuckey, but I don't want Kevin Ray to go. But then again, we have loads of central defensive midfielders, and this guy is not going to be a world beater, should we say, with the overall that he's going to rock when he gets to his peak. This is Alessandro Capradossi. You won't have seen him. He's played 1 time in the Championship, and that 1 time will have been when I wasn't playing, because he was a free agent that we were trying to sell, but he was one of the free agents that we didn't sell. He's got some alright stats there, 81 in acceleration and dribbling, but the sooner we get him out of the club, the better. just another person to feed into the either English football leagues or football leagues of a different country. Laprovot. Furlan Laprovot, 70 overall, gone up by 2 at 22 years old. Loads of training that we can do on this guy. Look at the slide tackle and standing tackle. In fact, thinking about that, that might be a player that we need to train starting off next season. By the way, next season, it's going to be an interesting one because everybody knows what happened in the FA Cup. If you haven't watched last episode, then go ahead and watch it right now before I spoil it for you. But in the FA Cup, we got to the final, and against Stoke City, they played not a weakened side. It was an alright side. They got Kumar Babakar up front, but they didn't play at all well. We had a much more difficult task against Bristol City in the semi-finals. And you think to yourself, well, Stoke City have got a better team. How does that work out? Well, because this AI, unfortunately, in FIFA, underestimates teams a lot. And if we got into the Premier League, which we have, with the 4-star team, I'm pretty sure we are a 4-star team. I can check now. Just bear with me. We import team sheet, and we go to the Championship and find Crewe Alexandra. Right, so we are a 4-star team. Everybody in the Premier League is going to be 5-star, 4-star in Middlesbrough. So Middlesbrough might give us a game, but I'm pretty sure they've just got relegated. Newcastle are 4.5, Southampton are 4.5, Spurs are 5, Stoke City 4.5, Sunderland 4.5. So you can see that most of them have a better side than us. And that means that they'll underestimate us. And that means that we'll win games. And we'll get to a stage, like in Yeovil Town and like in Burton Albion, that we might win the Premier League with a team worse than the other teams around us. And then all hell breaks loose at the end when we eventually become a 4.5-star team. So, what's the plan, Curtis? Well, we've won the FA Cup, and it would be a shame if we didn't play the Europa League ties that we eventually get. So we will be playing the Europa League next season, but we will not be playing the Premier League. And the simple fact of the matter is, I do not want to win the Premier League thinking that I did not deserve to win the Premier League. I want to win the Premier League with every other team trying to beat me. Instead of like, these Crewe Alexandra players aren't going to be good. These Crewe Alexandra players are shocking. We can just sit back and wait. We don't want that. That's not how football works, mate. So, we will be playing the Europa League games. We will not be playing the Premier League games next season. Simple as. I know everybody is waiting for the Premier League games. And some people might be a bit saddened by that. But anybody who watched the Yeovil Town series last season, the fact that we'd got so far with that Yeovil Town team and then got thrashed by Reading, it just ruined me. I finished that episode off. I remember finishing that recording off and being so downbeat. The fact that they just took pity on us for the whole season. We lifted the Premier League and it was just like, we don't deserve this. We don't deserve this piece of silverware. Simple as. Furlan Laprovot, he's gone up by 2 to a 70 overall. Like I said, plenty of training still left to do. It's a shame that he hasn't played as much as what a player like him should do, but Donal Fanning happened. Donal Fanning. Another 70 overall player, Torrejon Moya, could also be another contender for training for the upcoming season. He's looking alright, isn't he? Physical, as a left back, you want them physical attributes. So maybe David Torrejon Moya could be on the way back into the first team. That'd be a surprise, wouldn't it? What a comeback that would be. Vincenzo, actually, let's have a look at the stats. He has only... Well, that tells you another story right there. You've seen Liam Rose's clean sheet record. This guy's played 15 times and only kept 3 clean sheets. Wow, that surprised me a bit. I've got to be honest, that has surprised me a lot. Vincenzo Bonaventura. Wow. And you know what? I completely forgot in the last episode that we've been waiting for his hat-trick for a long, long time. And of course he gets it in the FA Cup final. This guy is something else. I try and train him up as much as we can. Make him into an 80 overall, of course. His physicals are pretty good. He's growing in strength, which is great. But his finishing's already 80. So we've got to try and train him up in different aspects. Say like passing. I mean, short pass is only 63. But I know that passing, even though quite low down the list, actually increases the overall of a striker. There's plenty of things that we can do there. Dribbling as well. Dribbling's definitely trainable. Let's have a look at these stats. Overall, let's just look at them overall stats. What? Why has he only scored 2 in the championship? Am I missing something? On the championship top scorers or wherever it is. Or was I looking at the wrong... I don't know. I'm not too sure. But supposedly he'd only scored 2 in the championship. That's very weird. He's played 15 games and scored 2. That does not look right at all. Yeah, he had 1 job FIFA. He has not only scored 2 in 15. I'm not believing that for a second. Anyway, there's the stats. I think the FA Cup stats are right. 8.7 average rating in the FA Cup. Just forcing Crewe Alexandra to that tremendous victory. And it's still a wonderful victory. I'll be like, oh yeah, that was alright. That was nice winning Crewe Alexandra the FA Cup in the Championship. But say for instance, when we had to fight for it against Norwich, Burton Albion against Norwich, there was a League Cup final, and I think we were only in League 1 back then. And we eventually won that game in Wembley, and it was just unbelievable what had happened. However, the game was just fantastic. The fact that Norwich went for it, we cleared it off the line. I know William Johansson cleared it off the line at one stage, and it was just all mad. And then we scored probably last minute of the extra time. Frank Matip, that rings a bell. Now, if it was a final like that, I'd be sitting here much happier. But there you go. David Moore, he was salvaged, I guess. Everybody was like, no, you've got to keep David Moore because he's got decent physicals. And he does have decent physicals, so I'm glad someone's pointed that out for me. We could make him a 70, no problem. Theo Stuckey. Now, I've been training up his crossing because he is, after all, a left midfielder. So if we train up his crossing, then he'll obviously just go up in overall. It's just an aesthetic thing, I guess, even though he's not going to get into positions to cross the ball that much, that often. He's gone up by 1 to a 73 overall. He's not growing in physicals at all, and that definitely shows that he cannot cope up front anymore. He's done really well this season. 12 goals in the Championship through 29 games. Some of them have come from the penalty spot, but they've been important penalties. 6 assists as well. Some okay stats there. We get the short passing up. He can play in midfield. No problem. Nesta Almiron, he is a player that we need to sell. Just a player that can be fed into the Football League system, hopefully. And then we have Paul. Some great stats in here. 85 acceleration, 81 sprint speed. Got 89 on the stamina. I think that's the best stamina stat of the whole team. Let's just have a little check. You see an 89. There's an 86 there on Arias. No, Paul is just an engine. The absolute Paul the tank engine. Bit of a different show. But there he is. I think can I have a try at his proper name? I know how to say his proper name. Probably Andrea Merdia. Merdia? Could be something like that. But we're gonna call him Paul. It happened in the episode. That was totally what do you call it? Unscripted? I wasn't what I was. Unplanned. We'll go with that. It was totally unplanned that we're going to call him Paul. Paul was the first name that came into the head. And Paul just suits him. Because that's what Paul would do. 76. Going up 2. Yeah. Good little player. Maybe we could have Arias and Merdia. Paul. On the 2 wing-back spots. We'll see. Oh, Torian Moyo knocking at the door. He's like, right, I've been patient. Come on. Boy, Uche Rubio. 76 overall. He's gone up by 3 and he is looking tasty. Tasty. An exciting prospect. He's gone from strength to strength this season. 15 appearances. He's only scored 1 goal in the Championship and the FA Cup. The FA Cup goal was against Manchester United. He played a blinder against Manchester United. He got Darmian sent off as well. An exciting prospect. So, I'm going to see a lot more of this guy in the future. I'm sure of it. Can play on the wing. And that's probably where we're going to deploy him. He's a cam centre mid, central defensive at mid. But he's got them 5-star skill moves. Low work rate's not going to be great. But it means that if we do put him on the wing, you know for a cert that he's going to be on that wing. Low work rate means that it doesn't move that much. Look at these stats. 89 on acceleration. 92 on the balance. Long pass up to 83. It's a tasty player right there. Jose Angel Alvarez Lopez. Next generation of Ander Herrera. And we were going to sell him. We might still sell him. 72 overall. Gone up by 2. Age of 21. Not as good as Ander Herrera, unfortunately. But I claim that, so I have to keep on saying it. I don't know, he's a centre mid. High on the work rates. Which is like extremely overpowered in this year's FIFA, I'm advised. His ball control's at 83. Looking at that, we should probably give him some more games and another chance. Because he hasn't played that much. And even so, he's still assisted. He still has assisted in them 4 games. Which is a lot more than some players. Pella Every, he's returned from injury quite well. He's very close to getting a dark green in acceleration, which is nice. Getting them 4 goals from wing is really good. Did he score a hat-trick? Must have scored a hat-trick in one of the games. He's showing great potential. He's going to be at least an 80 overall player. He's got 86 on the agility, 84 on the jumping, sprint speed 81, balance 87. And then we've got ball control at 82. That's gone up by 11 points. So that might be a stat that eventually finishes up at 99. Robin Juvenal. Now this is a great find. He's actually one of the worst free agent pickups that we got last season, at the start of last season. But he's done alright for us. He's done more than alright. And he's got a great chant. By the way, we're still waiting for a Jose Manuel Rico Gonzalez chant. And I just don't know what to do with his name. I thought for a second, like, initials and do the YMCA with him, but, no. Let's not. So here's Juvenal. 69, gone up by 2. Agility 81, that's gone up by 2. The only dark green on them physicals. He's played 12 games, but in them 12 games he's done a fair amount. And look at the clean sheets. That clearly shows that he's doing something in defence as well. He can play central defensive midfield if needed. But his defensive stats aren't that great. What's his work rates like? His defensive work rate's quite, alright. Maybe, actually. That's I think the fact that it's got an attacking work rate of low might actually be the reason why he's so important to us. Because if he plays in that central attacking midfield role, he does not go up as much as what you'd expect another cam to do. Which means that the strikers have got more space and less markers. And that means that the strikers can do what they're best at doing. And most of them is just pure speed. But if they're holding the ball up, Juvenal's not going to run. The person going to run is Malachias Jr. or Papa Baby. And both of them you trust with the ball. Juvenal's going to sit there. He has made a couple of runs himself. Fair play. And even without them work rates, he just feels like a decent player. But he's going to sit there and make sure nothing is going to happen to the defence. Let's have a look at... I've not had a check on these work rates, actually. But if Malachias Jr. has got a decent attacking work rate, no. He's got a low work rate anyway. Oh, that's strange. And that shows you that work rates don't actually affect stuff that much, because you've seen Malachias Jr. make so many adventurous runs up front. What you'd expect a low attacking work rate player not to do. But he's done them anyway. So all that I've just said is complete trash. There's Robin Juvenal. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Carly Tong, 66 overall, gone up by 3. He is someone that we're going to try and sell. 19 years old, plenty of potential still left in him. Liam Dickey, a goalkeeper that we're going to try and sell. And we're going to try and sell these guys quick. We have to. Harry Mishu. Oh, yes. One of my favourite players. A very underestimated player here. 73 overall, gone up by 1. He's played 16 times with 5 clean sheets. He is not the quickest, but that strength is quite decent at 80, and it's only going to get better. 73 overall. Still plenty of areas to train him up in. Obviously, the main one being the slide tackling. Yeah. Just a nice backup centre-back. Amit Aralp. Is this the kid that just saved his bacon with the... Actually, should I say that? Oh, am I going to get into this row? He's Turkish, isn't he? Okay, he might be Muslim, so he might not be saving his bacon, okay? But he's saving something, yeah? With that Rabona assist. Unbelievable stuff. His weak foot. Didn't know he had a 5-star weak foot. Yeah, I apologise to anybody who was offended by that. I didn't actually mean to say it like it was. But when I remembered his name and I remembered his nationality, I was like, that might be a problem. Okay? So, there you go. We move on from that. 70, gone up by 3. His best attributes: agility 85, balance 85, ball control at 83, and short passing at 81. And a great assist. Probably the best assist of the whole series. I can't imagine me doing another one. Obviously, I try and be as more showman as I can. As showman as I can. With the goals and assists. And we've scored some belters. We've played some beautiful balls. But this guy's got laid claim to the best assist. Surely. A Rabona through ball. Huh. And that's the reason why I can't let him out of the team. Probably, with the showing great potential status, maybe better than the next generation under Herrera. Maybe he needs to go onto the pitch more. What's his work rate's a medium. Ugh. We got so many midfielders, like decent midfielders, and then obviously you got Stuckey that could play in the midfield. Bianco. Now then, he did play. We have played him. And he might have been one of the guys that we brought in as a free agent at the start of the year. But as time went on, I thought more of him as a free agent that we're going to sell on and just improve the quality around us instead of keeping around the side. Because we got enough centre-backs. We also had that understanding about David Moore and how he shouldn't get sold as of yet. So the chances of having Bianco stay look very slim at the moment. Christian Terodde. Acceleration 83, sprint speed 86, agility 87. Really solid physical stats. All of them in the green. Top 4 in the dark green. And we got 81 on the ball control. He is going to be a quite disgusting player when he's finished growing. Can just feel it. Even though what's ticking me off, and it annoys the hell out of me. It's such an easy fix, surely. But Christian Terodde there, depicted, not white, clearly. Definitely. And in-game, as I can show you now, he is white. Now that's annoying, man. Surely, EA. Surely. Look at this. Does that look like Christian Terodde depicted in the squad report? No, it doesn't. I thought to myself, maybe to start off this series, yeah, I'd get on Photoshop when the squad report loads up. It's taking its time. I'd go on Photoshop and I'd make pictures that fit into the obvious, like that picture panel that you see on the top left hand side of the screen. And therefore you'd get a proper picture of what the guy would look like. However, there is another problem with that, because every time you go into the subs on team management, then you wouldn't be able to change that. Just really, really annoying. So we go down, wherever he is. Christian Terodde, quality player. His finishing's going up. That's a surprise. Centre mid going up 7 in finishing. 7 in long shots. He could be a long shot taker. Ooh. And then, Papa baby. Slip and slide all over the field for me. Better than Pogba. Gone up to 70 overall. Let me have another drink. 70 overall. Strength up to 73. Long pass up to 73. And short passing 76. This chair is getting on my nerves. You know, the amount of times that I have to retake little bits of Youth Squad Legends because I've relaxed like a second too early and the chair just goes and you can't cut it out the edit. So I have to do the whole line again, making sure my body's very still. And my body's been very still whilst we've been recording this. 48 minutes on the clock right now. My bike's actually killing me. But we'll be alright. Orlando Benitez. Oh, did I show you the stats on Papa Baby? There you go. Not that many clean sheets. But then again, with Papa Baby in the side, I am more likely to try and get him up the field. So you can understand why there's not that many clean sheets. Christian Terodde there, if you haven't seen his stats. And Amit Aralp. There you go. He played one time. And that was the assist. Wow. Played one time in the FA Cup as well. And that might have been... Ooh, when was that? That could have been a quarter-final game. So, Aralp definitely needs to make more appearances. Tashdemir only played 4 times. Yes, mate. Look, Benitez is another player that we're just going to try and get rid of. He's got 86 on the kick-in. 86 on the kick-in. That's mad. Yeah, Tashdemir, 4 games. He's scored 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 clean sheet. And 6 games in total with average rating of 7.2. Some nice stats in there. He's a 72 overall. He's gone up by 3. you know, he's growing quite nicely at the moment. So just leave him. Just leave him to do what he wants to do, man. Pascal Moulin, we've trained him. We've trained him so hard. Well, like we've been pushing him on this free kick. This was all season, yeah? We've been training him all season, and he's only gone up by 3. It's getting to the stage where it's getting quite tedious. Shot power's gone up quite nicely to 45, gone up by 9. 73 overall. Still plenty to do on the goalkeeping attributes. Abilio Barrios is one of the Peruvian guys that we've just brought up. Correct. It's a striker. 5'9". Yeah. Looking alright. It's going up quickly. But it's all about them physicals, man. If you can get the physicals going, then it's very good to see. Oscar Bennett's got the physicals going. Very quickly in his development. He's gone up by 3 already. And he's a left back. Ah. So maybe we should give this guy a go. Even though he's only 52 overall. But his acceleration and sprint speed's not that bad. Like, I think I can cope with 43, 41 and 50 on the defensive tackling stats. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's quite a risk, isn't it? Sebastian Svensson, he shot to fame with that goal on his debut. 7.7 average rating over the 2 games that he's played. And yeah, to be fair, he didn't play bad in the other championship game, whichever one it was. Norwich. It was Norwich right at the end of the season. Octavio Palacios. Actually, have we seen... Oh, Oscar Bennett has played a game, and in that game he had a clean sheet. Very well done. Octavio Palacios, yes, he played a game in the international friendlies that we did, which were just dreadful. That first game when we lost about 4-0 to Bolivia, when we had 2 80 centre-backs, was just dreadful in every single way. So in the second game we had Octavio Palacios, and even though we were conceding, Octavio was definitely the best defender. And he was only 49 back then. Now he's 50. 16. Just wait and see what happens with him. Toby Martin. We're getting right down to the bottom of the list now. These are the new players that have just come in. So you'll see that they've not played a lot of games at all. I remember Tony Martin was playing left back in the game that he played. And he also made a clean sheet. He had a great game. Only recorded a 6.6 rating though, because he picked up that... A very silly yellow card that I don't even think were a yellow card. I don't know. My memory is failing me at the moment. And then right down at the bottom, Reynaldo. His name is Reynaldo, lads. This is the most excited I've been for a long time from one of my youth academy players, because this guy could be something very special indeed. And he's called Reynaldo. Just wait and see. This is watch this space territory right now. Jumping at 75, aggression at 75. I'm excited to see what this guy can do. And you guys should be too. That kind of rhymed. Alright. What I'm going to do now is simulate to the 30th. Or the 29th. We'll go the 29th because 30th we can't actually end this. Well, it'll just say end the season. World Cup qualifiers. Yeah, that's it. No news on the contract yet, and I don't think you'd be able to do that. Look. The be-all and end-all, I'm not advancing to the next season because we're not going to wait all that time to let the new season load up. We'll get news on the contract for Macias very soon, I'm sure of it. Currently negotiating with Macias. Other contracts, Torrejon Moyo, he's only got a year left. Kevin Ray's only got a year left. I think Kevin Ray might be the only one out of the like contracts expiring soon that we might get rid of. Maybe El Shaarawy. I don't know. It's so difficult to choose these players. There's a lot of players in this side that's a nearing legendary status, basically. And you don't want to get rid of them, guys. I'm going to save it up now. I hope you've been enlightened by the players that we've got and what we could eventually do with them, I hope. As I've clicked onto the squad report again, and it's taking forever. This could be a nice wallpaper, though, the background. Yeah. Is there anything else that I might... Oh, yes, right. Before that chair is just ridiculous. Sounds like I'm just unleashing the biggest fort imaginable. So let's move that hard drive round. I knew that I was missing something. Oh, change. Right. So if we go to the stats, and we can write down what we actually need to... The dog's going mental downstairs. Nice one. I told them to be quiet, but they can't be quiet for an hour. Good. So, and I didn't tell the dog to be quiet. He would not understand, but I told the people downstairs to be quiet. But yet again, they don't understand either. But come on. Now, from what I remember, this guy got an alright potential, but... Oh, no, in fact... Right now it'd be too early for me to start training him, because then what happens when you start training him, especially in the goalkeeping stats, is that if you stop training him at any time through the season, his goalkeeping stats then grow slower, or don't grow at all, because you're tampering with them in the training. It's a very, very weird system. Owen Thomas, I need to write down Owen Thomas, and then I'll put an arrow to 70. And then brackets, maybe 75. That's what we're hoping to achieve with Owen Thomas. And Liam Rose is going to be that's going to be a proper hassle. Liam Rose is going to be a proper hassle to get to 70. Do I even bother? Probably not. Macias, I don't need to touch at the moment. Donald Fanning, I don't need to touch at the moment. Nils Balut, he's been through a lot of training recently. We might give him a year off next season. Vasil Malachias Jr., definitely. And we're going to try and get him from 69 right now. I made the absolute mistake here by trying to spell his proper full name. What an idiot. Why couldn't I have just put Malachias JR? And we're going to try and get him to 75. We're going to look back at these and see if we actually hit these goals of getting Owen Thomas to a 70, Malachias Jr. to a 75. Wayne Hunt, probably not going to touch him next season. Payot, it'd be silly to try and train him. What would be the point? Juan Manuel Rico Gonzalez, no point of training him just yet. So, same with Cole Nordmark. Rolling Leo probably going to get sold, maybe. We don't know. Minyo, no need to train. Arias, no need to train. Silvestri, no need to train. El Shaarawy, he's very close to 70, I know that. So we'll put El Shaarawy going up to a 70. Perry-Ng. Eventually we will train Perry-Ng, so he's at least a 60 overall. But what's the point? It's just a waste of a training slot, isn't it? Lapravot. Maybe it's time to train Lapravot. He is 22 years old. I'm guessing if we start training Lapravot, it's going to be quite sensational. The outcome, the results. And we're going to try and train him to a 75 before the end of next season. David Torrejon Moya, yet again, he could be one of these. I am going to put it on. I think we're seeing the return of Torrejon Moya here, and that's simply because He's done his job training. He's physically incredible, impeccable. 82, 81, and 70 on the stamina's not bad either. So we're going to try and get him to a 75. That'd be nice. Vincenzo Bonaventura. Now, is it a push? Is it too much of a push to ask for 80 right now? See, I'm sure what we're seeing on the screen right now is natural growth. I don't think we messed about with him when he came back in January. In fact, I'm pretty sure we didn't touch him at all. We're going to leave Bonaventura. David Moore? David Moore. We shall at least getting up to a 70, and then put in brackets maybe 75. Yes. Theo Stuckey. Now we're gonna we need to keep on plugging away at this guy. So Theo Stuckey needs to be getting to 75 by the end of next season. Okay, sorted. Almiron, no. Paul doesn't need to hit a target next season. Alvarez Lopez, nah. Pella Every, you don't need to touch. Juvenal, no. Mishu? I don't know about Mishu. See, he's growing quite nicely without me having to do anything, so what's the point? Amit Ralp, no. Christian Terodor, definitely not. Papa Baby? You know what, looking at that, he's a blank canvas, really. And at 22, it's probably the best time to train him. Ooh, that'd be a quality task if we could get Papa Baby up to a 75. That would be crazy. Malachias Jr. and Papa Baby up to a 75 before the end of next season. Wow, that is a task. What else we got? Tash Demir growing quite nicely. Pascal Muller up to a 75 maybe. We've got quite a decent list here. Tavio Palacios. Right, I'm going to put Pascal Muller down and put him up to a 75 by the end of next year. Pascal Muller up to 75. Alright. So, this is the list. The end of the next season. Hopefully we see Owen Thomas at least a 70, brackets maybe 75. Vasil Malachias Jr. up to 75, which is going to be a great task. And hopefully is well up to it. El Shinawi up to 70. Laprovot up to 75. Torrejon Moyer up to 75. David Moore up to 70, brackets maybe 75. Theo Stuckey up to 75. Papa Baby up to 75. And Pascal Muller up to 75. Dear me. That's a lot of growth. That's a lot of training. And that's it. That is it for the end of season review. My personal player of the season. Vasil Malachias Jr. has had a great season. Just an unbelievable player. And his 2 FA Cup final assists. Let's just point them out. Assisted 2 in the FA Cup final. But, you know who I'm going to give it to? Is it... I mean, Jose Manuel Rico Gonzalez had a great season. But then so has Macias. I'm going to have to give it to Jose Manuel Rico Gonzalez. Just the fact that he probably started this season 4th choice striker, and he's ended it with the best stats of the lot. That shows a bit of courage, determination, and his dribbling's now at 99. My days, he's just one hell of a forward, isn't he? We're so sorted on the forward positions, man. So sorted. My flop of this year. Person that has disappointed me the most. Wow. Let's have a look through these names. Because the people that properly annoyed me, disappointed me, I got rid of. But out of the ones that are left, Wayne Hunt. Yeah, it has to be Wayne Hunt. He's done alright. He's done alright, but he's not set the world alight like he did at like the start of his Crewe Alexandra career. I thought he was going to be a quality player, but he's turned out to be just a middle of the road centre mid. Then we've got to 70 overall, you know, not bad. And there we are. That is it. That is the end of the episode. Yes. I want to once again just point out that I don't mean anything bad by the Amit Aralp thing. I'm sure no one's gonna take offence to that, but I'm just pointing it out. I didn't mean for that to happen, but there you go. You guys, excellent. You've been great supporting this series and the season. Hopefully, I know you guys are going to be really, really excited for the Premier League, but we're just going to have to wait. I know that it might be annoying, but you probably understand that when we win the Premier League, we want it to be special. So, this next season is going to fly by because we're only going to play the European matches. And that's it. This has been Cutsy. Thank you for watching this episode of Youth Squad Legends. Credit to everybody who stayed till the end. That is excellent. 1 hour and 6 minutes, nearly 7. That is great. And like always, I'm probably going to have to ask you to say something in the comment section just to prove that you've actually got to this point. So, let me think. We will go for that cupboard. Yeah, that cupboard. You know, the thing that you put shit in. That cupboard is yellow in diameter. Oh, that's it. That cupboard is yellow in diameter. That is the comment that you need to put down. And if you if you put that down in the comment section, I know that you've got to this point in the video, and I will try and like everything. Like the last time that we tried this, I tried to like every single comment, but then there were comments flooding in about 5 days after I'd done the episode, and I was like, well, I'm on this episode now, so I'm finishing liking that one. But there you go. If you do it within like the next 2 days whilst this video is released, I'm pretty sure I'll like it. If you like YouTubers liking your shit, then there you go. Great. And it just shows me that you've watched the whole thing. And if you have watched the whole thing, I really do appreciate it. Once again, this has been Cutsy. Thank you for watching this episode of Youth Squad Legends. We will be back very soon with the pre-season live stream. And until then, I'll see you later.